Good morning, everyone. We are here in the county courthouse in Garfield County in Penguich, and this is the Utah Department of Alcohol Beverage Services monthly meeting. And we are here for our meeting today, and looking forward to the agenda. I'm Steve Handy, the commission chair. In a few moments, we'll introduce the other commission members and the staff who are here with us and online. Let's go ahead and start the meeting this morning from Penguich in the Garfield County Courthouse. And we're going to have our executive assistant, Melissa Suarez, whom we are so grateful to for organizing the entire road trip that the commission and the staff has come on, including some accommodations over at Bryce Canyon and the meals and so forth and so on, and a lot of effort to do that. So thank you, Melissa. If you'd like to join with her, we'll all stand and repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very, very much, everyone. We have a nice opportunity to have Garfield County Commission Chair Leland Pollock with us this morning. And Commissioner, if you'd just like to come and just give us a greeting and tell us a little about what's going on here in Garfield County. And been a longtime county commissioner. Our paths have crossed when I had the opportunity to serve in the legislature, and so we know each other a little bit. And very happy to have you here this morning. Thank you for accommodating us.
Well, welcome to Garfield County, everyone. And Steve, you've known me a long time. It's Pollock. Anyway, I'm going to give you some quick history about Garfield County. 93% of this county is federal public lands. It is the geographical size of the state of Connecticut. So that is incredible, isn't it? So we rely heavily on things like tourism. We used to rely on our natural resources, timber, and minerals in the ground and whatnot. But anyway, Garfield County, the courthouse you're sitting in, we paid cash for it back in the day. We're very proud of our record of not having any debt whatsoever. And so when the taxes go up in the county, it's usually, you probably don't want to hear about taxes, but I will put a plug in for how efficient we run here. The school district takes about 87% of the taxes. And so that's why property taxes go up and down. But I want to just say a couple of things really fast about the tourism business. And I understand, and Steve, you've been in the legislature. A lot of what forces your hand is the state laws. But I really like the fact that you changed this to service, because in the tourism business, whether you agree with alcohol or do not agree with alcohol, it is imperative. Folks that come from overseas, all across the country, they're not used to some of our laws here. So I appreciate your service in regard to that. We do rely heavily on tourism. It's a beautiful county, Fallon. I hope you have time to take them around a little bit, maybe into Bryce Canyon.
We did that last night.
Oh, you did that last night. Great. Anyway, I'll let you get to what you're doing here, and it's good to see you again.
Thank you very much. Yes, and thanks for the little correction there. But I did a little research too. I mean, you've got about 5,000 population in Garfield County.
Correct.
And I picked up off this too. It's the least density of the counties, of the 29 counties in the state. That's what, according to Wikipedia, is correct. It says one person per square mile. Something like that. So anyway, thank you for having us here, Commissioner. And that's exactly right. We're going to visit one of the package agencies here in town after our meeting, and we are committed to having those services and the product available, because we know the millions of tourists who come to Utah, and we want to accommodate them in a safe manner as well. So thank you. Thank you. I want to take a minute now and introduce our commissioners who are with us. We're kind of in a transition in the way that we are been referred to for ever and ever. It has been commissioners, and now the governor's office has made all of their directors of the cabinet officers also commissioners, and so our executive director Erica Evans is now referred to as commissioner. So these 7 commissioners. We're kind of in a transition to kind of maybe board members. So I'm going to try a few things in my references to my fellow board member commissioners. What are we, right, Commissioner Tenner? What are we?
You can call me whatever you want.
Whatever you want, whatever you want. But my fellow board member commissioners, we have Vice Chair to my right, Jennifer Terrazon, and we have to my left Juliet Hennert. We have Commissioner Orton here to my right is with us. We have excused this morning Commissioner Conaby, and particularly we want to appreciate and Commissioner Tui is excused. We want to appreciate Commissioner Owens, and she is the tourism director here in Garfield County, as you heard Commissioner Pollock mention just now, and she has provided also the assistance in our meeting today. Typically, once a year, we'll go on the road somewhere in the state, and she said, we can make a great deal for you here in Panguitch, in Garfield County. And I know how to do this. This is what I do. I know how to do this. And thank you very, very much. We're having a good time. Let me introduce the staff who has traveled today and some are online. To my left is Erica Evans, the department commissioner, and Todd Darrington, our finance director of finance. Jeremy Summerlap, our managing director of operations, is here in front. Sam McHenry, our assistant attorney general, is here, came down from Salt Lake this morning. Doug Murakami is online, correct? He's the director of alcohol education. Michelle Schmidt, our communications director, is here with us this morning. Craig Ware, our compliance administrator, is here in the audience. Melissa Suarez, as I introduced, our interim executive director, keeping us all organized. Thank you. We always like to note that our proposed future meeting schedule, and we will be back in Salt Lake City at the multi-state office building, which is in West Salt Lake. It's across from the Tax Commission. The Department of Environmental Quality and some other departments are in there, air quality, and we get to use their nice meeting room. And we'll be back there on June 25th and then again on July 30th. So those are the 2 next monthly meetings. We meet on the last Thursday of every month, except if there's some kind of a holiday. A note to you that we have in addition to we have about 30 plus package agencies in the state. We have 52 state stores, and they will be closed coming on some holidays, as you know. We have first of all coming up, of course, will be on July 15th. This is the Juneteenth National Freedom Day. And Melissa pointed out that I might want to note that it has been on the preceding Monday, but starting next year, 2027, Juneteenth will be observed on the actual holiday on June 19th. Also, we will have the celebrated on Independence Day, the 250th anniversary, on Friday, July 3rd. Our stores will be closed, and on, of course, State Holiday Day, Pioneer Day, July 24th. We have some in the audience and some online, and just I always like to note that we have at the end we'll have a public comment time. If you haven't made an indication known that you'd like to make a public comment, please let Melissa know. We can figure that out. We'll play it by ear. So the first item of business that we do is we have Doug Murakami. He's the alcohol education director, and he's going to talk to us about the Parents Empowered update. And we've been given some handouts here about some wonderful education things that are happening in Garfield County. So Doug, can you go ahead and take off and talk to us?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, commissioners. And thanks, Melissa, for pulling up and advancing the slides for me. And if I may, Commission Chair, I'd like to recognize a few people that are prevention folks in the area, if I may.
You bet, please. Yeah.
Great. I'll start out with Melissa Vader. She's a prevention supervisor for Garfield, Beaver, Keene, and Iron counties. She's works at Southwest Behavioral Health. When I think of prevention in Garfield County or Panguitch in particular, I think of Melissa. We've been partnering with her for many years. Parents Empowered has, and as you'll see in the following slides, she and her colleagues are doing a terrific job in the area, so we appreciate that. And then I was told there might be a few people in the audience that are attending. I'm not sure if they were able to make it over, but wanted to recognize Heidi Baxley. She's a prevention specialist from Iron County and also with Southwest Behavioral Health. Heidi is such a stalwart advocate for prevention and also works very intently with policy up on the Hill. So big thanks to Heidi. Heather Dunton, she is with Southwest Behavioral Health Escalante area in Garfield County. I have to apologize. I had some pictures from the Escalante area at the high school. She's covered her gym with Parents Empowered messages and has just done a terrific job there. And then Clint Albrecht is with the Panguitch Coalition that obviously is doing some great work in Panguitch. And I know Commissioner Owens is a longtime member of that Panguitch Coalition. And then Sydney Saret with Bryce Valley Coalition doing some fantastic work in that area as well. So let's take a look at some of these slides I've got. I got a bunch of them, so we'll go through them pretty quickly. Obviously, Panguitch Elementary School has some terrific graphics in their gym. I particularly like the one with the eagle or hawk there. It's talking about protecting your flock from underage drinking. So very professional looking messages there. Next slide. The splash pad in Panguitch has a nice little building mural there talking about staying away from alcohol. Next slide. These next two slides I really like a lot. They're custom messages. They've got a facility there in Panguitch. It's called the 3C, Triple C Arena. And I like the customization of these. When you talk about different communities, have different cultures and whatnot, they've got a beautiful arena there, complete with rodeo arena. And so this is really a fun message there. Next slide. Same here. If I can just read maybe that first one, everyone wins when our kids stay alcohol free. So some terrific messaging right there in Panguitch. And I can tell you a lot of people attend this arena also. Next slide. Panguitch baseball fields and softball fields. If I can just quote Melissa Vader, she said they had to get creative when it came to messaging in the area. There's no billboards, and so they created their own. So as you can see in this picture, covering the dugouts in the field with Parents Empowered messaging and underage drinking prevention, they've done a terrific job. And she said in that area in particular, sports are just kind of a way of life, right? Everybody's there to support their kids and their activities and what they're doing in the community. So we appreciate that. Next slide. Again, the softball field also has can't miss signage there. Next slide. This is kind of a busy slide, but up in the left corner there, the high school has a mountain bike team that's very big. They created these tents with Parents Empowered messaging, so they travel around the state to their with their bike team, and just great messaging. And then over on the right side, you've got some parents taking a quiz about parents empowered, learning about bonding and boundaries, putting in a raffle to win the little stadium seat there that has a parents empowered message on the back and the school logo on the front. And then here's some people in the stands watching the game with rocking their parents empowered t-shirts. So great stuff going on out there. Next slide. Bryce Valley also has done some great work. This is their gym. Really bright, can't miss messaging there. Next slide. This one's kind of funny. They approached us and said, hey, we've got this container that's off the highway that, kind of not necessarily an eyesore, but it's not something you'd, really focus on. But they said, hey, if you'd like to put a message on there, go for it. So we covered the container out on the highway there with can't miss message. So that's kind of fun. Next. This is also in Bryce Valley. They've got some wonderful baseball fields there. So we've got some terrific messaging out there. Beautiful fields, by the way. Next slide. Right there, you can see the dugouts have messaging in them. Great. Next slide. Or maybe that's it.
That's it, Doug.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I do want to say that we're really, truly grateful for our parents empowered partners throughout the state, but in particular, Melissa Vader and her colleagues. We appreciate their support, and they're just doing some fantastic work right there in Panguitch and the surrounding areas. So I'll conclude by quoting Melissa again, and she states, in the last 10 years, Panguitch has lowered underage drinking rates from 18% in 2013 to 4.6% in 2023. We've increased family attachment from 62% in 2013 to 92% in 2021. Escalante and Bryce Valley are following in the same trend. So definitely proud of the work they're doing out there in Panguitch and the surrounding areas. And thank you, commissioners. This completes my report.
Thank you, Doug. Any questions from the commissioner board members to Doug on any of the information that's been presented?
Not a question, but I just want to say how impressed I am, how much the community has embraced parents empowered, and it's so evident in all of these different facets. And I don't think we've seen such a comprehensive slideshow where all of that imaging and messaging is at. So congratulations on that.
Yeah.
And then I would just point out Heather is back there, so she's the planning person, and then Deanna right next to her is on the coalition. So they do great work.
Thanks to both of you for being here this morning. Yeah, we appreciate the work you're doing. Anyone else? And the commissioner pointed out, that the Commissioner Pollard pointed out first that the name of this department is the Department of Alcohol Beverage Services. And part of that is responsible service and responsible use of this product, which we are fully supportive of. And you'll note when we have the financial report that some of the proceeds, millions of dollars a year, from the proceeds of alcohol sales in the state of Utah, go to these prevention programs. So it's an important component of the whole efforts of the department, Commissioner. So thank you very much. We're now going to have that financial update from Todd Darrington.
Thank you, Chair. The financial report for this period is period 10 of fiscal year 2026. That is the period that ended in April. And you'll see that we had a healthy rebound in our retail sales. They were up almost 10% year over year from the year prior. With the good comes the bad. The cost of goods sold was up as well. So you have to pay for the liquor to sell it. Ultimately, overall revenues for the period were up 0.81%, and on the year-to-date number, we're only down 0.77. Still very consistent with that kind of flattening line we've been seeing over the last 18 months. You'll notice that expenses are higher for this fiscal year over last. That's the increase in the bond payments. It was expected. It's kind of the cost of having stores rent. Ultimately, We are trending to about $78 million back to the general fund, not accounting for the money that has been contributed to school lunch or public safety. And then, as always, our generous patrons have contributed $1.6 million to the Pamela Atkinson Homelessness Fund this fiscal year. So healthy condition, kind of where we expect it to be, no major surprises.
Excellent report. And the fiscal year, of course, ends the end of July.
End of June.
End of June, pardon, of course, yeah, starts the 1st of July, end of June. But anyway, so we have, this is period 10. We have 2 more periods to report.
Correct.
Thank you very much. Questions from commissioners? Todd,
Mr. Chair.
please.
I guess the question, I understand that the answer might be a bit speculative, and I would actually ask this to you, Todd, maybe also Commissioner Owens. I mean, we're seeing that softening in, a little bit of a softening in sales year to date, but the package agency sales, the softening, is a little bit more marked. Is that maybe related to like economy, travel and tourism? I guess I maybe to both of you, like
The price of gas.
Yeah, no, I mean,
There's actually a couple of things that we've noted in particular. We've had a few of our package agencies that over the course of this year have elected to go to a cash-only basis, which in our current economy is just not a standard payment practice. So we saw a reduction in several of our locations. We also had an operator who chose to exit the market, which gave us a small gap, very small. Thankfully, the commission was able to rally. We found applicants to fill those spaces very quickly, but we still had a time period where there was a couple of weeks without it. So those two things combined make it look like it is more down. You'll see on the period, it's 22%. For the year, it's about 5%. Both of which I think are just indicative of a couple of choices that were made, but ultimately we feel like we've moved into the right direction and should be seeing that benefit long term.
that's great. I honestly like that sounds more like that's what's underpinning.
There is a softening.
A little bit of
in travel
softening too.
and
Okay.
tourism.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
could be, yeah, interested in that.
Thank you to you both. Appreciate that.
It's a really interesting insight, that is. Thank you. We don't take a vote on this. It's just presented by way of information. The commissioners have had 2 subcommittees where we have had the opportunity to ask additional questions and to understand the financial status of the department. So now, Commissioner Evans, we'll have an operations update from you and then from Jeremy as well.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, I just also want to share how happy we are to visit Panguitch, and thank you, Commissioner Owens, for welcoming us to Garfield County. As the chair mentioned, we usually try to get out of Salt Lake Valley once a year. We started doing that about 5 years ago in recognition of the commission's role in serving Utahns and Utah businesses statewide, not just where our administrative building is. Here in Panguitch, we're able to better understand this rural part of the state, where many restaurants, bars, and of course hotels serve visitors from across the state, across the country, and really across the world. We've talked about that quite a bit. And I just appreciate the commissioners for continuing to prioritize statewide meetings and wanting to better understand the people we serve and where they actually live. So thank you all. Just a quick operations update today. I just want to update the commission and those here on the third-party inventory count we will be moving forward with in June. Last year, the department conducted a third-party inventory count of its warehouse and state stores just to ensure accurate inventory and financial reporting. This is consistent with legislative and state audit findings, but also aligned with retail industry best practices. And so we as a department are continuing to invest in that third-party inventory count, and this year we'll be doing it in June. This is the end of the fiscal year. It's a nice little count. So this year, the inventory count will not only include the warehouse and state stores, but it will also include package agencies. So that's a little bit different from last year. And we're excited to get that going, or we're ready to get that going.
All right. Jeremy, do you have something for us as well, sir?
I don't have anything further to share, except just to clarify, the package agencies for this count will be type 2s and type 3s.
Type 2s and type 3s, exactly. The next agenda item, number 8, no, let's see, Commissioner saying you didn't hear, so I guess we're okay to move on. So on item number 8, we have 2 administrative rules that Commissioner Evans is going to take us through. So we'll turn back to you, Commissioner.
Sure. So the first rule that you have had a chance to review and that is on the agenda R 82-4-101 is related to electronic proof of age verification. You all looked over this, I believe, 2 commission meetings ago, and invited the department to file for public comment. That public comment period has now ended. No public comments were received. And just a reminder that these changes in this rule are to be consistent with the legislative changes made to electronic ID checks during the legislative session. And so I think this one is ready for a vote for an effective date, 7 calendar days from today, which is June 5th.
Any, I'm going to ask for a motion here, but any further clarifying questions? Yes, we'll do that. Motion too. So the motion I would call for is to approve item number 1, the administrative code R 82-4-101 age verification for final approval of the rule with an effective date of June 5, 2026. Who would like to make that motion, please? Vice Chair Terrazon has made that motion. A second, please. Commissioner Owens has provided a second for that. Any further discussion? Seeing now, I'll call for the vote. And we'll just have because we don't have anyone online, any commissioners, so we'll just do a voice vote here. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Now the item number 2, administrative code.
Yes, so this one, R 82-2-308, type 2 and 3 package agencies, is really related to, and brought before you for the purpose of aligning the rules with contractual compensation and inventory updates for implementing with PA operators. We've talked to the commission a fair amount about that. The package agency updates are the result of consideration, conversation, and coordination with PA operators over the last 9 months. Even longer, actually, I could probably say, but in particular, the last 9 months. The department recognizes that operating in PA takes a lot of work and dedication, and that PA business operators benefit the state of Utah. The changes are intended and we believe better support PA operators and improve their earning potential. And the rule changes are really minimal, but I'm going to have Ty kind of explain the compensation model in more detail for all of you to hear. Last thing I'll say is huge thanks to our team for digging into problem solve here, and to all the package agencies across the state who've engaged and offered really invaluable feedback to our team, and it's been really great to work with. I'll turn it over to Tom.
Thank you, Commissioner Evans. There were 2 changes related to compensation that will take effect July 1st. The first is in the compensation model itself. And what we wanted to focus on here was that DAVS has historically used a pretty standard basic compensation model. It's got like 65 steps, and it's focused entirely on bottles ordered from the DAVS. While that simple approach was fine in the time, it didn't really acknowledge the value and the potential that the package agencies can create value for the state and their local economies. So we've updated that model to consider bottles sold as well as product value. So we take the average value of the bottles sold out of their store, combine that with how many bottles they can move through their location on any given year, and it gives them a specific annual compensation amount. This allows for locations that are higher in smaller like quantity items or lower item prices like beer to have room for potential and growth, and those that can sell bottles of liquor that perhaps have a higher price tag can also see some growth. So the model is designed to give them room to grow, as well as acknowledge the way that they all can bring unique value to their area and to the DAVS. We used some additional appropriations that the legislature was kind enough to offer us this year to also provide more money in the pot in general, and we should see all of our package agencies seeing a little better return this next fiscal year. So that's the compensation piece. The second change that we made was to the way that the product itself is owned and held, and it's consignment really. What we've done is we've added an opportunity, or not an opportunity, we've added that the state will own that product until such time as it sells. What this does is it frees up cash flow for a lot of our package agencies. In conversation, we found that that was a big problem. They would use their compensation from us to then pay their bill to us because their product was all bought on a net 30 kind of cycle. By going to a consignment model and asking the package agency operators to kind of manage and control those assets at their location, but we hold that financial bucket until it's sold, it allows them to be able to better control their cash flows, cover their overhead expenses. All of these changes have been very well received. We've seen an increase in interest in other opportunities for package agency operators across the state. We believe this is a way to help achieve a better success while acknowledging the value that they continue to have.
Thank you. Any clarifying questions from Todd or the commissioner? You know, I just want to state for the record that we have, as board, the commission, listening all the time to the package agencies, trying to, if we don't make policy, the legislature makes policy, but we are here to help the department implement policy. And we are listening all the time to try to ensure that we have the best model. And this is difficult. We all recognize this, but we want it to work. And these are, I think, as we've had briefings on this and been talking about this for a while, the legislature made some changes that we had asked for. They recognized, and so thank you. I hope this is going to be better. That in the months to come, we'll have some great reports and some indications that this is working better. We want them to be successful, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So we need now a motion to file for the publication with the Office of Administrative Rules. This is the Administrative Code R82-2-308, the Type 2 and 3 package agencies. So is there a motion to that effect? Commissioner, so moved Vice Chair Terrazon, and for a second, Commissioner Owens, thank you. So thank you very much. So all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes as well. Now, item number 9, we have Sandra Henry from the Attorney General's office. And we have on item 9A, the consent calendar, we have 14 items there to consider. And commissioners, we're going to take these as a block unless any of you would like to pull anything out to consider. And then, of course, then we have the other item, the order to show cause is B, and we'll get to that. The first item A. Sam, time is yours.
Yes, Chair, thank you. There are 14 items. Settlement agreements are in place. And again, like the chair mentioned, they are considered to be one vote, a block vote, unless any of the commissioners have questions, and I'd be happy to answer them. With that, they're ready for commission action.
So thank you. We would look for a motion to approve the consent calendar on the violations as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Owens. Second,
I'm happy to make this.
Commissioner Tennant, Board Member Tennant, Commissioner, what yeah, we don't know for that. Okay, thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Commissioner Orton noted as stepped up for a moment. Now we have item B. This is the Lago de Oro LLC, Salt Lake City, an order to show cause. Sam, would you brief us on that?
Thank you, Chair. This is case number 26-9. On May 11th, 2026, the department received a notification that from the tax commission that the sales use and restaurant tax license numbers have been revoked. With that information, they are no longer meeting the minimal qualifications to hold the license. The commission has 3 actions. They can revoke, suspend, or not renew the license. And in the past, they have gone with the revocation, or I'm sorry, with the suspension, because the revocation would require a 3-year, you couldn't reapply.
So that is the recommendation. We've had these discussions in the meeting. Is there anyone here from this entity, De Oro, who is present here or online, who would like to address the commission considering this proposal in front of us? Seeing no one, we will now proceed as this has been explained, unless you have additional questions, commissioners. Anything?
I don't have an additional question. I'll just maybe to put some
Restate.
notes out there.
Yeah.
And just to double check with Sam. So again, we've seen this come up in the past, and we have voted to approve deem these licenses forfeit.
If we were to revoke the license again, that means that they wouldn't be able to reapply for another 3 years.
3 years.
Right? So I'm really troubled with these sales tax ones. And again, when we think about sales tax, it's actually not the entity that's paying the sales tax, right? Like an entity pays
Exactly.
property tax,
Customers.
pays their income tax, pays corporate income tax. This is customers go and they pay an additional percentage that's specified for
Yeah.
certain things. So really it's the customer's money that the entity is processing. And the state actually allows, like they do a little, it's called a vendor discount, if I remember correctly. I don't have anyone from the tax commission that can help me get this right, but like essentially, we have to actually provides a little bit of compensation, as I understand it, for the processing of these sales taxes. So again, when the entities are not remitting sales taxes, if they're not remitting it's like their actual customer taxes. And so it's like, it's very troubling to me, in this specific circumstance. And I don't want to be additionally punitive. However, I feel like on these types of cases, we should start to think about revocation. So I'm not ready to be there now. I'll even go ahead and make a motion just to get it on the table for discussion. But again, this seems like a very troublesome type of a case that we're seeing more of. And so Mr. Chair, with like more direction, I would like us to maybe think more about this as a commission on whether or not maybe pivoting towards revocation for these types of things would be appropriate. But I'm going to go ahead and make the motion that we deem this particular license forfeit, because I don't know that I feel like I've had enough time to really dig in and understand all the circumstances in this case, but in the future, I might make a different motion. So that's my motion. Thank you for letting me
Commissioner
put
Tennant,
my point.
I'm sorry, suspension or revocation. Forfeiture is not an
I'm
option on when it's a tax issue.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. So that we suspend.
Yes.
Thank you. That would be. And I think we would also have to do, can we, now that I'm making the motion like this, in the past, we've given a couple of days. Is that right? In order to remove?
We have given 24 hours when they have been here in person to present their case and said they were working on it. In this case, we haven't heard anything. The department hasn't heard anything from this entity, and it's up to you if you want to make that part of your motion.
I'll go ahead and make, so the 24, I will make the 24 hours part of my motion, just to give some time for even our staff to coordinate. So that's my motion, if that's.
Yeah, I think, you may also with the suspension, just want to have a date that you come and check in again. Just because otherwise it's just an open-ended election.
Sort of a date certain you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
suggesting,
So what would your,
Maybe do 3 months? Okay.
90 days from today.
that's my motion, thank you.
Thank you
For
very much.
everyone for helping me with my motion. It would have been easier if I just did the revoke. I don't think for me, I don't feel that's fair.
This discussions to the motion. Commissioner Orton.
Sorry, just to clarify, so we are giving them an additional 90 days. Melissa's we're trying to figure out for the minutes. We want to give a date certain. So we're doing 90 days from today.
24 hours from now, so the suspension
Well,
will begin
yeah.
24 hours. from
Yeah,
now, and then-
but
That should be good.
then-
Then you have 90
But
days.
then the final date would be 90 days, correct?
Maybe if I can clarify for y'all.
Please, clarification, please.
I think what I'm hearing is, in the licensee has 24 hours to pay their sales tax. If they do that, they
Yes.
will not be suspended. If they do
Thank
not,
you.
they will be suspended for a period of 3 months, and that will probably be at our next commission meeting in 3
Oh,
months.
so we have to vote again to
Just
revoke.
be to reevaluate the circumstances.
Okay.
Yep, and so that would be if we're in May, June, July, and August. So the August commission meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Further discussion, please, Vice Chair.
Yeah, I agree with, Commissioner Chair or board member Tenor, whatever it is, especially since we've seen this same situation so recently. And so we just want to, I think, keep an eye on that and make sure it's not something that is consistently happening. And that's really troubling that it's happening again. Thank you.
Well, I think it's been 3 or 4 months in a row where we've dealt with similar issues. So.
And I understand that it can be a cash flow issue but in this particular case of sales tax, it shouldn't be a cash flow issue because it was never
Shouldn't
really
be
part
used
of
for anything
revenue to begin with.
May I ask, I don't know that we ever talked about this in subcommittees. If we did, I didn't catch it. How many dollars are we talking about that they are in arrears to the tax commission?
I remember,
No,
if I remember right, it was a little over 50,000.
$50,000 to your own.
Yeah, and
I mean,
again,
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's, that's troubling if it's an income tax issue or a property tax issue, but the fact that it's actually like customers, customers, sales taxes, that's particularly troubling to me.
My sense is that, and thank you, Commissioner Tanner, for your expertise of bringing this up, that you bring to this. We all bring our skill set to this, but you in particular. This Director Commissioner Evans, this is something maybe we ought to revisit because we've seen a number of these.
Yeah.
And do we have the right, and anyway, how to handle it. We'll maybe have some further discussions about this. So with that, seeing no further discussion, so I'm going to ask for a vote on the motion. We've had a second. That it is as restated here. It's a suspension, 24 hours to hear. Then that triggers 90 days. Correct.
August.
Thank you very much to the August commission meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That likewise passes unanimously. Now we have item number 10 from Commissioner Evans. We have the licensee recognitions. These are those who passed the Utah Public Safety SBI Covert Underage Buyer, the CUB inspections. Would you give us a report, please?
Sure. So this month, you should see on your screen shortly, we have 217 licensees, which is a really high number. I'm really excited to share that number with you all. The 217 licensees who passed what we call a CUB inspection, which, if you all remember, is an inspection on whether or not the licensees are selling to minors, done by our partners over at the Department of Public Safety. Oh, I don't know if you're seeing our names. Let's wait for a second. Well, we may be sharing this as our public meeting.
Doesn't want to load.
Well, I will still
Thank you. Go ahead.
still acknowledge quite a few licensees, just grateful that they're operating safely and want to tell them thank you publicly. We will post the list as part of our meeting materials to make sure that they get that public recognition and can also revisit it next meeting if we need to as well. So, but a big public thank you to all of them.
Thank you very, very much. Okay, now item 11. This is our compliance administrator, Craig Blair. He'll talk about the renewal period for bar establishments. Go ahead, Craig.
Thank you, Chair. This is just a public reminder for those that have a bar license currently. We're currently in our renewal campaign to renew those licenses. The renewal period ends Sunday, May 31st. So if you have not submitted that renewal application yet, please do so. And if you need assistance, please call us at the office and we'll help facilitate that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Craig, keep going. You have item number 12. This is the consent agenda. A reminder to you that we have the approval of minutes. We have this will include the off-premise beer retailer licenses. This will include the other items that you were talking about. Here we are. Right, flip the page. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you again, Chair.
Big list.
Yes.
Big list.
So good morning, commissioners. So in this consent agenda, we have included the prior meetings minutes and some, but not all of the licenses and permit applications. The types of applications that are on this consent agenda and permits include our off-premise beer retailer, special use manufacturing or industrial permit, package agency, which is a type 5, a hotel application, on-premise banquet, special use permit that was mentioned before. I apologize. A restaurant limited service applications, on-premise beer retailer is the recreational amenity, and our restaurant full-service applications and licenses. The consent agenda does not include bar establishment applicants, as that license type has typically had a scarcity, and given the likely need for those applicants for additional discussion amongst yourselves. It is important to note that these applications for your approval on the consent agenda have been processed, have been vetted, and have been found to meet the statutory requirements. So you as a commission have the preparation materials on their businesses and relevant requirements, and had reviewed the materials and had opportunity to ask staff questions. So at this point, I can answer any questions that you may have or offer any further clarifications. But if there's nothing from me, the chair may be ready for a motion.
Yeah, this is large items, many items, A through J. Thank you for that excellent explanation. Any questions? Commissioner Orton?
I just have one question. So where are we on the number of full-service restaurants?
Yes, so far.
Public will want to know.
Our first full-service restaurants, we have 60 licenses available. In the quota.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for that excellent question. Further questions? If we can find way through this, we've had time in our subcommittees and with the folder that Melissa has provided us to do some homework and look at that. So I'm ready to ask for then a motion now to approve the consent agenda that includes the minutes for people. Motion, please. Commissioner Orton, please. That and a second, please. Commissioner Vice Chair Terrazon has provided a second for that. So all in favor of the approval of the consent agenda as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That is approved. Thank you. Now we have item 13 on our agenda. These are the license applications consideration items. And Craig, you also have these for us. These are the bar establishments, etc.
Yes, I'll go ahead and present those. The first item, we do have a change of location. That is Taproom Salt Lake City. They are moving from their location at 2021 South Windsor Street, Salt Lake City. And they are moving to 2148 South 900 East, Unit D in Salt Lake City. And that application does meet the statutory requirements and is ready for action.
Thank you. And this requires an individual vote, the change of location. And so for the tap room in Salt Lake City, so a motion to approve the change of location, please.
So
Vice Chair Terrazon, a second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Owens, thank you. All in favor of this motion, the tap room, the change of location, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes as well. Now we have a license change of ownership, the Roll Hop Brewing Project.
Yes, thank you. So we do have one license change of ownership application in, that is Roll Hop Brewing Project in Salt Lake City. That application is complete and does meet the statutory requirements for a change of ownership.
Thank you very much. A motion for a change of ownership, please, to approve that, the Roll Hop Brewing Project, please, a motion, please, Commissioner Owens. A motion and a second, please, Commissioner Orton. Thank you very much. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'll place the motion and call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That is approved. Now we have new applicants. We have 3. The Colony Club in Park City. Tim is here for that. Thank you. The Perfect Q and Tannin Bar in Park City. Go ahead, Craig.
All right, thank you, Chair. I do want to note we do have 28 licenses available in the quota. Additionally, 1 winter seasonal license available in the quota. So as the chair mentioned, we do have 3 applicants on the agenda. These licenses do meet the statutory requirements, although they are conditional. The first is the Tannin Bar in Park City. Second, the Crooked Q Sports Bar and Grill in Ogden. And the Colony Club in Park City. The Colony Club in Park City, it will be an equity bar license.
Thank you very much. Now we are ready for a motion to approve the bar establishment with conditional license for Tannin Bar, Park City, the Crooked Q Sports Bar and Grill in Ogden, and the Colony Club in Park City. Motion on that to that effect, please. Vice Chair Terrazon, thank you very much. And a second, please.
I'll second, and then can I just ask a quick question?
Yes, and
So,
Commissioner Tennant has done that. Discussion, please.
as part of discussion, it'll be either Craig or our executive director, Erica, could you remind us the equity bar, how that license, how that's a little bit different? How that works?
Yeah, so the equity bar license is similar to like a country club where they have the
Yeah.
equity members that own the shares into that membership, into that club. It operates a little bit different, but it is typically a bar license has some similar. Yeah, and it does come from the quota from the bar licenses, correct?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that clarifying question. Anything else? Any other clarifying?
Do we get
Thank you. Go ahead.
a new tranche of licenses?
Yes, in July you will, under the statute. And I don't have the number off the top of my head, but we can get that to you all. And if you remember a couple of years ago, the legislature passed a bill that looks at population and
Yeah.
it changes each year at July 1.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So we have a motion and a second pending. All in favor of this motion on these new applicants, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes. I wanted to on that quota thing, remember when I was first on the commission and we went to Park City, number one, the audio didn't work, technology, but number two, I remember Commissioner Tennant and others, they were out trying to figure out the quotas, doing all these formulas, all these smart people in the hall doing these formulas and so on, but thankfully, Commissioner, the legislature has given us some latitude that we don't have to be caught in that jam.
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
I was, well, it is,
Remember that? Did you have
I do,
PTSD over that?
and Erica probably does too, our
Yeah.
director does too, because, yes, it was hard. But yeah, it is, I'm grateful to the legislature for, I'm on all of the things that they're balancing, that this change has been quite helpful.
Quite helpful.
Yeah.
Quite helpful. Quite. As going back to what Commissioner Pollock said, this is a services department and we want to be able to provide the services that the public and those who are visiting our state are asking for in response to that. Well, that brings us to the end of our meeting. How about that? We're going to have an opportunity here for the commissioners for any comments from commissioners.
I just want to say,
Thank
I'm
you.
so thankful
Yes.
to be part of the commission and to get to once a year visit parts of Utah that I had not
Yeah.
been to. It was really beautiful to come. I had not been before.
Yeah.
And so I'm very thankful that I was thinking that as I was driving here, I was like, how lucky are we that we get to meet all of these different
Yeah,
people and visit all these places.
Yeah, how lucky you are, how fortunate are we?
Yeah.
And hopefully you all want to come back.
Did you have your tourism director hat on there?
A little bit, sorry.
You did have
And
your
stay in a
tourism
hotel.
director hat on there, right? That's excellent. And thank you, Commissioner
Oh, yeah.
Owens. Thank you for the accommodation.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much for
Great.
everything, assisting us and Melissa, a lot of work to herd cats to get this here. So would anyone from the public like to address the commission? Is there anyone online? Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the commission? Thank you for being here today. And most of us who live on the front, Wasatch Front, we've got a 4 or 5 hour drive back. We're gonna visit the package agency here in Panguitch. We're looking forward to that, see how that's going. It was recently a license. It's not a license. It was going into a contract. Remember, it's a contract, the department. So we're gonna go see how that's working out. Excited to see that. So one final motion, please, Vice Chair Teresa.
Move to close.
Move to adjourn and to close. The second, Commissioner, all in favor, say aye. And we wish you all a wonderful day and safe travels back to wherever you're going. And those who joined us here, Tim, others have been here. Thank you for being here. We thank Ben Winslow for being here, and Cameron, thank you for being here. We are adjourned.
Hey,